Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to be doing something a bit different than usual. I'm going to be going over the new map, Trumbull Valley, and I'm going to be showing which hearts can be easily cheesed. That is, with one, maybe two cars, and a little bit of ingenuity, which hearts are basically free to kill. So I have a whole bunch of different hearts. I reloaded the map a couple times, making sure I got most, if not all of them. On average, it seems like about 7 of the 28 hearts that you get on a new map will be cheesable, which is about a quarter of them. So it's by no means going to be, a free map clear on lethal just by following this guide, but, killing a quarter of the hearts is better than nothing, especially if you're just starting out. It's a pretty good foothold to just kill a quarter of them and get all that gear and, get your base going. So let's stop the chatter and just get right into it. Let's get to it. The first heart out in the field that we're going to look at are the 2 new sheds added in Homecoming. They were not in Heartland. I believe they were both added to just prevent immediately taking the farmland compound. So both sheds look exactly like this, and I'll point out where the other one is. But if you take your Miagra or just about any car, you can just drive straight in and park kind of catty corner like this. On lower difficulties, you can pull straight through, but on lethal, the zombies won't immediately die when you kill the heart. So if you park like that, then zombies can jump on your front when you get in to drive away, and they might destroy your cars. But if you pull kind of in at an angle like this, they can no longer jump on the front. Then you can just back up straight away. And it fully blocks all the zombies. You do probably want to be careful of bloaters. I'm not 100% sure, but since this never happened to me, but I imagine if a bloater fell down on the other side of the wall, it could hurt you. And as always, I'm going to be using a heavy weapon, but you could kick these hearts to death if you wanted to. I'm just doing this because you guys don't need to sit here for 10 minutes while I kick a heart to death. And I just got gassed. That's not good. But it's, as you can tell, totally trivial. Oh, and I didn't point out the second location, so I will do that during the next... Oop. So there's this heart, and then this one down here is also a shed. And these are the 2 that block the farmland compound from being taken. I believe they're the only 2 spots that can block the farmland compound, which in turn makes the farmland compound trivial to claim right off the bat if you're just moving to a new instance of the map. Unlike a lot of other or all the other maps, you have to really kind of fight your way tooth and nail, killing 4, 5, 6 hearts in order to get the big base. Okay, so I've claimed that, and let's loot it real quick. Don't need... Okay. And now to leave, we just hop in. No one can jump on our front, so we just back up. And we're away. Okay, so let's head to another heart to take a look at. The next field heart is in this barn on the right. I'll show exactly where it is on the map once I pull in. But this is the same style of barn that's on other maps, and it's cheese in the exact same way. You just pull in, pull through the doorway. Some people have said that you can just park in front of the doorway. I find that sometimes zombies will still go through. So, yeah, parking through the doorway is the best bet. And the parking through the doorway will always work, in my experience. And again, it just makes the heart perfectly safe. And you can just hit it down. Whoops. Here we are on the map. Just north west of the farmland compound. And again, obviously, very trivial heart to kill. I should note that one time, and I don't know if, well, this was a bug. I don't know if it's been fixed or when it will, if ever, be fixed. I was in here fighting the heart, cheesing it in this way, and a feral jumped through the wall back here, or phased through the wall. I guess I didn't see it, so I don't know exactly what happened. It did not spawn in here with me. That has only happened once since update 26. In this barn, I mean. It also happened at the beginning of my Let's Play series. If you watched that, a feral jumped through the entrance to the Delta checkpoint base. Alright, so let's head to the next heart. Just realized I forgot to show you how to actually leave. So you get in, zombies can jump on the back. It is a little bit tricky trying to drive back out of there, which you can do it. You can do it pretty easily. But if there's tons and tons of zombies, there's a feral, you don't want to get all the damage on your car, you can just come down and use the stuck command. It will cost you a little bit of gas. You can watch my fuel tank in the upper left. Cost you a little bit of gas when you warp, but you're out perfectly safely. And then you can just get these guys off. Whoop, bounced off. Okay, now let's go to the next heart. We are over by Jurassic Junction, and there's a army medical tent just outside, just south of Jurassic Junction. And let's kill the heart there. So this is, again, same style of medical tent as on other maps. So it's going to be the same strategy as there. We're going to pull up right in front of it, and we're going to run into it. Not hard, because the car isn't dealing damage. We just want to be right next to it. So we can jump up on top of the car, and now we are pretty safe up here. I say pretty safe because a bloater, of course, walking over would be pretty bad, such as that bloater that you might see. So you do want to turn your camera and be on the lookout. We'll kill that bloater once this pops once. Once it pops, you want to back up so you don't get gassed. Try to make sure you're in the middle. Oh, there's the bloater. Nice. Okay. I don't think there was another. I think those are just regular. Screamers can also scream on you. And Juggernauts, I'm not 100%. I think Juggernauts can get in here on you. So you do want to be careful about them as well. They could move your car and cause some trouble. Of course, if you fall off, just try to get right back up, of course. If need be, jump off, do a little loop. Try to lure some zombies away from the car. Sometimes the game can be a little bit finicky about recognizing that you want to jump with your jump button as opposed to kick with the jump button. So just kind of be aware of that. Sometimes the game will also just decide you don't want to actually hit the heart. Okay, so now this one is a bit more difficult to get away. If I just get in my car now, I feel like it'll take a decent amount of damage backing up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to I have fire on me, so I'm going to run and just do a little bit of a loop. And that fire should spread pretty well and only have a couple zombies left. I'm not going to actually fight the zombies unless there's just... I guess there are literally only 2 left. I figured there would be like just a handful left. But then I just can pull out just fine. There's another bloater we want to be careful of. But yeah, now we've just totally cleared that heart. So on to the next one after I loot this. Up here in Fairfield again, and I just wanted to show another instance of the medical tent heart. See right here, it's where you do the mission to get the code book for Chavez. And it'll work just the same as the medical tent all the way across the map. This is where we are now, of course. It'll work just the same as across the map over here. Alright, we're up in Fairfield, up north of Trumbull. And we're heading over to a heart in a storage yard here. Let's see if we can find it exactly. It's just to our right. This one can be pretty tricky to actually find the heart for newer players, but this layout of shipping containers is always the same. So you just always have to look for this one that's open in the kind of the back. We're approaching it from the back, so it looks like it's in the front, but typically that side to my right is the front, so you just have to be kind of careful. And if we just pull our car up here, we can block it, get out, and we're just right here. I believe this should be perfectly safe. There might be a small chance of a zombie jumping down on your car. I believe zombies can climb up on top of this shipping container, so there's a small chance, although there's stuff right there, that a zombie will jump down on your car, although I do not think that will happen. But just be aware, this might not be 100% zombie-proof. And let's just show where we are in the map. We're way up here at the north of the map. Not this one. I don't know why I marked that one. This one over here, the toppled storage yard. There's something right there trying to... Is that a feral trying to peek in?
I think it's Hardy.
Oop, don't walk in there yet. Yeah, there's a couple ferals running around over here. Yeah, so this is just another pretty simple heart to kill. Again, this is a style that's used on other maps as well, so if you see a storage yard or a bunch of shipping containers like this, you can just do the same thing to clear it for free. Let's take all these goodies, and I suppose I don't really need another one of those. So we're going to back up to the left towards the front of the thing, and actually it's not going super well. I probably should have done the fire. Come on, let's dodge. Fences are great for pulling out zombies, or for knocking off zombies, since they will kill zombies off the... Whoa, I did not see that juggernaut, or the bloater. But, what was I saying? Fences are great for knocking zombies off the front of your car, since you can just drive right through them while knocking off the zombies. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. Alright, we're up in Fairfield, and we're headed over towards the landmark outpost, up in the very northwest of the map. And there's this garage or shed here on the left that almost always has a heart. I think there's just a limited number of places that hearts can be to block the landmark. Let's jump up here. So we're right up here. This is the heart. But I think these are the only two places that a heart can be. And so the heart distribution algorithm, at least on lethal, is pretty consistent about placing hearts in these two locations. Okay, let's park a little bit different. I thought you could open it from on top there, but I guess I don't know that way perfectly. But another thing you can do is use this, whatever the chemical container, as a little bit of a safe zone here. It's hard to tell the exact, but I should be, just fine. I can't walk through there. Open the thing in. Now, there'll probably be a couple zombies in here that you want to shoot. I guess there's just one in here that I want to shoot. And now we can take down this heart just fine. This one will be a bit more dangerous of a escape, so to speak. We're going to have to pull forward, which, if there are zombies in front, is of course going to be a problem. It might be... I'm hearing ferals, so I was going to say it might be worth doing some fire to just prune down the number of zombies. But with ferals, that can be tricky either way. Can I shoot underneath? Oh, I never knew that. I guess I've never tried before. It doesn't really matter, but I never knew that. Learn something new every day. And there we go. You can drop that. Let's eat those and drop that. Ooh. Again, be careful of that. I think if I stood in the corner, I would get bloated, so you don't want that to happen. So I'm going to run around on this side. Okay, unfortunately I can't do the loop-de-loo that I was going to do, because that bloater just randomly blew up right in the one little spot. I'm a little worried about pulling forward as well, but now that most of the zombies are dead, honestly, I don't know. I don't think I killed very many of those zombies. I don't know if I needed to use that fire anyway. I could have just backed up. But that was pretty clean, so let's head on to the next heart after I repair and heal. We are down in Marshall, in the southern part of the map, and there's this Big Daddy Auto Repair right at the corner, or I guess it's not right at the corner, it's right where I just showed. And we can pull right in. We're going to park with the nose of our car right against it. This isn't dealing it damage, we're not ramming it, but we're giving ourselves a place to stand. So we're going to jump up on top, and we're going to swing away at this heart. Now, it is important to note that if a bloater walked over here, that could be trouble. Also, a screamer walking over here and screaming on us could also be trouble. I do not think a juggernaut can walk in here, and a feral can't really do anything. But bloaters and screamers are a problem, or could be a problem. So you want to be on the lookout for that. Every time it pops, just back up a few steps. There's no reason to rush it and try to get the last couple steps, or the last couple hits in while it's about to fart, in my opinion. The chances of you getting gassed are pretty high, and then if you dodge backwards and dodge off the car, then you're just in a kind of a world of hurt there, so you don't want that to happen. You do want to be sure to bring fire for this heart. Not for the heart itself, but for killing zombies afterwards. So we're going to have to back up out of here, of course, or we can use the stuck command. But either way, we're going to take a decent amount of damage from all the zombies. You can see 2 hordes. It's just not a great situation. So what we're going to do is run outside. There's a nice couple cars here we can stand on, which will keep us safe from... That's not going to keep us safe from the feral, I guess. Let's try this one. Okay, this one is keeping us safe. Let the zombies come over here. Throw a Molotov in the middle. Then try to just run through the zombies so the lit ones light the unlit ones. And that went out really quickly. That's okay, that should be enough zombies dead. Let's just get in. Once we get into the front seat, we can use the stuck command. Oh, they knocked off the door. That's... Back up slightly to block your front door. Fortunately, someone climbed on the front, but other than that, we're just fine. It did cost us a little bit of gas to use the stuck command, but overall not a big deal. Let's just pause here because we need to refuel. We are down in Marshall for another cheese. It's a little bit harder to do single player, but definitely possible. Obviously, I'm about to do it, but it's a great way to do it on multiplayer. So we're going to park 2 cars across the front of this storefront. And this design of building is pretty common across the maps, especially in any sort of city. Can I get on top of my car, please? Come on, please. Thank you. Oh, there was the overhang was preventing me. Okay, I get it. I thought I was just bad at jumping there for a second. But this style of storefront is very common across the 3 maps in the city areas. Here's one in Marshall, but probably like most of the stores around this heavy area are the same style. And you just park 2 cars in front of that. I didn't have an extra gas can on me, so I just called in a Independence Day truck. There was actually a car right up here, but I didn't have gas to fuel it. So single player takes a little bit of extra work, but if you're doing multiplayer, this is you have 2 cars probably already, pretty trivial. So anyway, again, this will be a simple heart. So let's beat this down a little bit. And this should be almost perfectly safe. The only thing I can think of is a Juggernaut coming over and pushing the cars in the right way. I feel like you would have a hard time pushing the cars in general because they're against the wall, they're against each other. I think the truck might be backed up against something. No, not quite. There's some space behind it. But there's a lot of friction there, so the Juggernaut might not have great luck just randomly moving stuff. But that is the thing to be aware of. And bloaters shouldn't be an issue. I mean, obviously don't get into your car if it's been bloated on, but not a big issue.
That means we can start securing this area.
And the zombies are aggroed on me, so I could there for a second. So I can't open this. And this is actually pretty poor parking on my part. And that's a little bit of a tongue twister because the front of my car is open. Open to the air. I should have turned around and pulled the car there. So I'm actually going to back up with this car and just drive away. Oh, let's avoid the bloater. And we're away. Just always on lethal and nightmare even. You don't want to park like I just did. That was very silly of me. You want to park with the front of your car against something if you're planning to get back into it. So yeah, we're good here. I'm going to go back and get the car that I want to drive because it's the car that you start with. So if it works for cheesing hearts, then everyone should have access to it early on. So anyway, I will be back for the next heart. We're actually right next door to the last heart in a different playthrough. But this is another storefront heart down in Marshall. Parked my 2 cars in front of it, and it will be easy peasy to destroy and then drive away. We are over on the west side of the map at the big warehouse, and unfortunately there's random stuff trying to kill me while I set this up, but here is another heart in a storefront, at least that's what I call them, that can be cheesed with 2 cars. So, yep, it'll work just the same as the other one, except it's over here. And, yep, this is where it is. So, yep, there we go. Alrighty, that wraps up all the cheesable hearts that I found. I'm sure I'm missing some, so please let me know down in the comments if you have any additions to this list, or if you have any, comments or questions. Please let me know. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.